Alright, here we have an example that says find the equation of the parabola described. Find the 2 points that define the latus rectum and graph the equation by hand. So I've went ahead just to save time and listed out. They want us to find the equation and the endpoints of the latus rectum. I abbreviated. They gave us the focus and the vertex, and another extremely important part of the parabola is the directrix line. So I went ahead and put a place for that. Now, all we have to start with is what they've given us. They said the focus is here at 0, 2, and the vertex is here at 0, 0. So I went ahead and plotted those, and I put a little F here for focus and a little V here for vertex. That way I can kind of keep track of where I'm at. But you know what? From this, we have everything that we need to know about this parabola. For instance, if the parabola always opens around the focus, that tells us that this thing has to open in the upward direction. So we know right now that this parabola opens up. Okay, so that's an interesting thing to know about it. We also know that there is something important about the distance from the vertex to the focus. The distance from the vertex to the focus, that is that A distance. So we know right now that A equals 2. Well, and A is important because it's A units from the vertex to the focus. It's also A units from the vertex the other direction to the directrix line. So that tells us that we have to go A units the other way to find the directrix line. So my directrix line is here at y equals -2. Alright, if we know that A is 2, then that means that 4A has to be 4 times 2, which is 8. 4A is the length of the latus rectum. So if the latus rectum, remember, is the line that runs through the focus and has as its endpoints the parabola itself, if that's 8 units long, and because of symmetry we have to have half on one side and half on the other, then that means that we're going to go 4 units in either direction from the focus to find the endpoints of our latus rectum. So let's start over here with this point, and we can just now plain name that point. That would be -4, +2. And for the other one, it would be a +4, +2. So that would be our latus rectum. That's what's going to help us to be able to draw in our parabola and know how fat or how skinny to make it. Now, last thing is the equation. Now remember, if it opens up, then it must follow one of those two generic formulas that we had. For the opens up or down, it should be the x minus h squared equals plus or minus 4a times y minus k. We actually have everything that we need in order to plug in here already. We know our h and our k because that's the vertex, h and k. So h is 0 and k is 0. We also know what our 4a is. That's 8. So we know we can replace 4a with 8. And we also know whether this is going to be a positive or negative. Since it opens up, that's in the positive direction. So that says that we have to be looking at a positive 4a. Now we can clean this up and write our equation. So x minus 0 is just x squared equals, we have the positive 8 times y minus 0, which is just y. Here's everything that we need to know about that parabola along with the graph.